Hello everyone and welcome back to Hey Dad RC. Today we are coming at you with week 13 of the Summer Series time trial races. We are down to the last two races, guys. That's right, the last two races of the regular season before a quick playoff format to decide who the champion is at the first season at Windy Hill Raceway. Quick rundown on these two vehicles that we see today. On the left, the Losi Tenacity. We received this gift from a friend this past winter. And I've driven it a small handful of times, and all I can say is, wow, if you can get your hands on one of these Tenacities, this is just an awesome buggy. This thing handles real well. It's got a plush suspension. It's got get up and go. I mean, this car just has everything in spades, not to mention a cool LED bar in the front. On the right is that Team Associated B44.3 race buggy that I picked up in a trade, I think about a month ago. I picked this car up specifically to run against the Tenacity, hoping that it would be kind of a fair race. It's got a 13.5 turn brushed censored motor. It's got a really nice Savox servo in it, and this car has a lot of upgrades. But the one thing that this car is lacking, and the tires on there, I believe, are basically meant for clay tracks, not crappy backyard tracks such as mine, but those are the only tires that I have for, so that's what we ran. That's right, I say ran because actually I've done this in a reverse order. If these cars look dirty, it's because I already ran them. So, who won? I don't know. I haven't looked at the times. We'll take you out for the race, and you guys can see who the winner is here in week 13. Week 13, weather and track report. Temperatures as of race time right now, 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Mainly sunny skies with the exception of a few nice looking puffy clouds. Very little breeze here, just a very pleasant late summer's afternoon. Rain over the last few days here and there has helped track conditions. The outer grass section, very nice, should have some decent traction. The inner bowl section, the dirt was pretty moist until we started prepping the track, raking and such. Hopefully though, track conditions really should be the best that we have seen so far this season. And one more touch as we slowly but surely make headway. Gone from this side are the cinders. I figured that it would give a little bit better view of the track overall while you're watching the race. That's it for the weather and track report. Now on to the racing. The B44.3 was set up pretty well. Despite it not having tires that were really good for this type of terrain, it got on around the track pretty darn well. It required a lot of fine throttle manipulation, but the size of this car fit really well with the size of my track. Hello there, my name is Henry Deuce, and you probably don't know me, but the fella pictured here, my great-great-grandfather Abraham Deuce, you have probably seen or heard of his product. You see, my great-great-grandpappy was a woodsman by trade. He built all sorts of wonderful things in his wood shop. But what he loved to build the most was stools. Grandpappy Deuce believed that stools were going to be the wave of the future. Nobody needed backs or arms to their chairs, so yes, he was a little crazy. No matter what, Grandpa could not make a stool that was comfortable whatsoever. He finally devised his own concoction. You see, a liquid rub that he would actually put on a wooden stool. Grandpa's concoction became known as Deuce's Stool Softener. That's right, Deuce's Stool Softener, a liquid ointment you apply to your wooden stools, naturally softens the wood grain to make a much more comfortable sitting experience for you. Be sure to look for the bottle with the crazy old codger on it. That's right, Deuce's Stool Softener, available at your local hardware store, Walmart, or Walgreens. For the Losi Tenacity DB Pro, this car has such great handling, great throttle and brake response. Even though despite its size, I thought it got around the track really well. The tires are pretty aggressive, so going along those outer edges with the throttle, they wanted to bite in and roll the car, so I had to be careful there. Overall, this car is so fun to drive. All right, guys, time to crunch the numbers, and we see the B44.3 ended up with a fastest lap of 10.42 seconds with an average of 11.23. How'd the Tenacity do? Fastest lap of 10.04 and an average of 10.56. So the Tenacity takes today's race over the Team Associated B44.3. What does that do for the Ready to Run division? For the first time since week 1, we have a new leader atop this division. That's right, the Tenacity takes over number 1 in the Ready to Run division. The Armor Raider still sits, pretty surprisingly to me, in second place. The B44.3 in third, followed by the Traxxas Wrestler, and fifth is the Red Cat Volcano. That's a look after 13 weeks of the Ready to Run division. Here again is a look in case you wanted to see it of the Kit division standings. We already know in the Kit division that the playoff there is going to feature the Javelin and the Saint Dragon. So what do we got? We've got 1 week left in the regular season, and this one, I held this one off till last. Maybe they won't post the best times, but to me personally, this should be an awesome race. I love monster trucks. But this is what we're looking at next week for the regular season finale. It is the LMT. Will go up against the USA 1. Can either one of those punch a better time over the Tenacity or the Raider to punch their postseason ticket? You'll have to tune in next week and find out. Guys, as always, thanks for taking some time out of your day to watch my video. And until next race day, stay safe, keep all 4 tires on the ground.